Welcome to part 2 of the edited down live stream, although this portion was never actually live. You see, the part wasn't right the first time, and because it's a part that I actually want to use, you gotta go through the extra effort to make it right. So if you missed the first video, we're gonna card to it right there. But if you didn't, enjoy this one because this actually has the payout of the progress of taking an idea from concept all the way to reality and some of the trials and tribulations along the way. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you down in the comments. Hey everybody, I made one last change to this. I actually added a hole for a zip tie. I think adding a zip tie around this will make sure that it rests up against it and I can force it to do so. Add a little hole to the zip tie for the zip tie, but I wanted to show you guys the actual print. So bring it into Prusa Slicer here. We're going to split it into objects. We're going to use the place on face here and there. Gonna move them apart a little bit so they're out of each other's way. And we're gonna use support and forces only. So we're gonna click this, go down here. Going to auto set by angle. 25 is what I prefer. And then we're going to go through and we're going to remove support that we don't need. Like, we don't need it there. We don't need it there. We don't care about that. In the middle there, that's fine. It can bridge that. I don't care about that. It won't matter. Same deal for that. We'll leave the big one up there. That's big enough that I think it's going to matter. So, all right. Golden. Let's check the big one. Same deal in force. Take a look. Eat that up because we don't care about it. Same thing for under here. It's not going to be a problem. Beautiful. All right. Let's get it sliced. And so we can see it's going to take like an hour and a half. I am checking just to make sure everything is nice and strong. Because, of course, this is going to hold some weight for sure. A little bit of support material. Very nice, very nice. Right there, you'll see the support material coming in. Gorgeous. Yeah, there's so little here, it's not going to be an issue. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Again, not really the best way for this. Realistically, we should probably... Yeah, I do need to mess with some print settings real quick. I'm going to put the pattern spacing to like 4. For the support material. That way it adds some more material in there. Yeah, I feel a little bit better about that. That's gonna suck though. Should be fine. It's Prusa Slicer. It's fine. This is like one of the reasons why I prefer Simplify 3D over Prusa Slicer. Why do we have support material over here? Hell, why do we even have it over here? We should only have support material. I'm gonna turn this off. There should only be support material from here to there. That's it. Because everywhere else I turned it off. And because of the way that Prusa Slicer does its algorithm and its support material generation, it doesn't work. So yeah, that's my one complaint about Prusa Slicer right there. So a little extra for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get this running. It's gonna be time lapsed, and if I can remember it, the time lapse will be right now. Okay, so as you could see by those photos, rip. It's backwards, and I think we can get away with mirroring this. It won't line up perfectly, but it should be fine. We'll get rid of the old one. This should be pretty easy to align, so under Modify, we can go to Align. We can grab, we can just grab center of that, center of that. And that should get us our alignment where we need it. This component here, we can just move it. So hit the M key for move. We'll select this body and we can, yeah, quite literally just move that. And this is the way that it needs to be, hilariously enough. Now, I want to give myself a few different mounting options because I don't exactly know the best place for this. As you could see from the photos, it's not perfect. I think this might bring it too far forward. So even though we're going to have a mount here, I actually think I want to make another mount back further. That's going to take that wand away from the shower head. As you can see in the photos, as the shower would function, the freaking spray head would get covered in water, right? Water would run down the hose and end up getting right at the bond lines for the tile, the caulk lines. And if water gets behind your caulk lines, it becomes a whole problem for flooding, damages, and if you've ever had to recaulk a shower, particularly a standing shower, which this one is, it is not fun, and I don't want to do it. So we're going to use the power of 3D printing to fix this up. So let's do it. So let's see about adjusting this. And realistically, what we can easily do is just cut this basically right at this line there. So we'll cut it and just literally copy and move it. So let's see about constructing plane through two edges. There's going to create the line. Yeah, I don't want that. How about plane at an angle? Can I just click this line? Okay. Yeah, that works too. That appears to be reasonably flat, but oh, here, let me click on right so I know when I go to cut. This is going to cut across, but I actually want it to be perpendicular to this, so looks like 80 degrees is perpendicular. So we're going to go to modify, split body, choose the splitting tools. It's going to be that. We're going to go ahead and split it. This part here, we're going to Control C, Control V, literally that easy. We're going to move it somewhere off there. Now, we're also going to make this second location considerably taller. I think I'm just going to remove the first location. I don't... I'm like on the fence of removing it because I know it's not the right location. But then it's like, oh, I got all this extra work to clean it up. So, yes, we'll do it. All right, so we'll put that there. We'll just let it sit there and think about what it's done. We're still going to utilize this piece here. So actually, let's remove that. So I can probably grab whatever radius this is and just hit delete. Oh, well, that was a bad idea. I do know that this needs to be considerably taller. So yeah. I need it to be the whole song. A little bit taller, a little bit baller. I have a girl that looked good, so it could call her a rabbit in a hat and a bat with a 6'4" Impala. Let's grab this edge. Let's extend the crap out of it. Beautiful. Join, which is what we're gonna want to do. So I don't need to reprint this part unless I want to make this taller. And for the sake of not reprinting parts, I don't want to do it. This fillet is going to be a problem. So, oh, cool. I can just delete that fillet. That fillet specifically is going to be a problem. Well, this fillet probably will be too. Oh, cool. These are all... I can leave those. Those don't matter. But the rest of this does. I'm likely just going to cause this to come straight over. But let's get a sketch and find out. So we need to go ahead and start projecting all the things. Because projections... Well, it's how my accountant tells me that, Grant, your business is... Well, it's there. That's a joke. I have a great relationship with my accountant. Thank you very much. As most businesses should. And if you don't have an accountant and you are a business owner, do consider getting one. It's, unless you are yourself very good at the mathematics, getting an accountant can be one of the easier things that you do for your business because, yeah, they make sure that, you know, in the event the three-letter organizations come knocking for whatever reason, yeah, you're like, hey, here's my accountant, go take care of it. And for some reason, this all of a sudden turns into, talking about accountants. But hey, whatever. Value is value is value, am I right? Let's see, let's get you... You know what? I got a better idea. Do a line. Do a line from here, straight up. Do a line over to there. And what we then need to do is make this line horizontal. We'll just come in and we'll fill it. It'll look pretty. And make life just a little bit easier. So we're gonna hit the extrude key, take this, extrude it to here. I'll just do a new body. Let's go all the way to there, and I'll make some adjustments on my side. All right, we got that, but it's ugly. All right, so let's grab our filleting tool and try to fix these mistakes. I'm gonna fillet this edge pretty considerably, like a 15mm fillet, and that's just gonna smooth it out. All right, so let's just extrude this down. Get this out of the way. We do have the issue of the fillet. I guess I could have also suppressed, which is better for what we're doing right now. I'm going to leave that there because we're going to end up building some of this back up. Now we can come back. All right, we do need to fix this problem. So first, let's just do our press pull here. I'm going to take this all the way. Oh God, what have I done? Okay. Well, cool, that's a start. We'll do it one more time. Let's see what's gonna happen. Ha! Win. Yeah, then honestly, I'm just gonna fillet this into this. And like, really, guys, at this point, I'm just getting picky. I could leave this hard edge on here and literally nothing is going to happen. But it bothers me, so I want to fix it. That's just how this works. Yeah, I am not making it any better. All right, well, then let's do something totally different.
And now for something completely different.
Let's grab a sketch on this edge. We are going to project this. One more project of that. Beautiful. Now we're going to take a line from here to here. Nice, consistent. And I'm just going to extrude the crap out of that. It's going to be great. And just... Be gone with you, Satan! Oh. Are our parts not... Ooh. Apparently not. That's probably fine. I'm just having fun at this point. You know what? I'm just gonna... How disgusting is this going to be? Pretty bad. Can I push it this way? Oh, yes. Perfect. We have an angle issue, which... My assumption is because these are not in line that we made this kind of at the wrong angle. All right, well, let's go ahead and do our fillet for this edge here if it's going to let us. You know what? Let's just do this. And I've got a plan. So we're just going to fillet this edge. Nope. This edge. How angry is that going to make things? Oh, not bad at all. All right, so we're going to fillet this to 1mm. Let's go a little more than that. Yeah. Oh, where are you? You suppressed. All right, cool. There. I solved the problem. What do? It's like Frank's Red Hot. I put shit fillets on everything. Honestly, kind of freaking love that. Yes. Absolutely yes. That is what we will be doing. Well, you know what? I think this solves my problem. It ain't pretty, but it is gonna work. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's kind of all that I care about. I care about function. I think that'll work. So when we bring all the other parts in, you know, that you haven't seen in a minute and a half, that's still gonna it's still gonna connect down there. We know it's gonna connect. We've got our interface exactly where we want it. This pushes it a little further back, should make it slightly easier to work on. I say we move to 3D print. So the zip tie is now actually going to be somewhat useful. And I will say I screwed up the angles the first time that we went to print it. All right, I don't want to reprint this again, so goodbye, Mr. Bond. We will turn on the aux head holder, and we're just going to resave it. So we come into Prusa Slicer, we'll come into the one that I was working in. I printed them like this, and this was like the dumbest way to print it because we actually need strength all here. And remember, it's weakest on the Z-axis, so goodbye. We're gonna lay it down because, yeah, we'll only need some support right there. And, like, come on, that's no big deal. All right, slice that. This part is ready to go, so we will go ahead and get it on the time lapse. Yeah, I guess I will see you all, well, theoretically, right after the time lapse? Yes. Well, by now you've probably seen the photos, and the time-lapse is fine, but, round 3! Hoit! This should be a little bit easier this time. All we really have to do is when we make this move for this, we just need to move it more. That's all. Okay, so this needs to get, like, honestly, at least another 2 inches away. I'm gonna go a full 75, which is kind of nuts, and it's gonna look real weird, but how much of this is gonna break? You're kidding? None of this extra stuff broke? Color me impressed. Oh, alright. I mean, yeah, it's, jeez. That thing's gonna look ridiculous. And honestly, with something this big, you do have to worry about it, like, twisting. So you know what? Let's meet at, like, that was at 75. So let's go to, like, let's go to 60. Let's go to 60. And, I figured we were gonna have a Christmas tree full of lights. And you know what? Honestly, I should delete all the features. Yeah, I mean, this worked great. I mean, it supports it exactly where you want it to support. That piece still fits on, so I don't really have any issues there. But as you can see in the photo, it's not aligned. Well, the shower's off, but we knew that. It is too far forward still, so I want to move it back enough that will also allow me to tilt it up. And like, this is 2.5 inches, or 2 inches, 2 1/4, somewhere around there. This should give us enough. I mean, it's like the length of my thumb. Should give us like some extra space there. No, now Grant's gonna figure out the length of his thumb, so it doesn't bother him. Yeah, 65. So, which I think is where we were at. So I'm gonna reprint this. It was only a 42-minute print last time. All right, let's resave it. Name of the long boy, because that's what we're dealing with. Come in a Prusa slicer. So if we align the bracket holes, you'll see how much further back I pushed it. And again, that's just to give me the distance that I need, which is ridiculous, but this doesn't have to look pretty. It just needs to work. That's what I tell myself every single day when I wake up in the morning. You don't need to be pretty. You just need to work. This is taking a lot longer than it should. That is, yeah, this Prusa slicer instance might die on. I think we lost a captain. Well, you guys know what's coming here, right? We're gonna slice it, we're gonna throw it on the printer, and here comes a time lapse. Okay, so it's done. It does work, it mounts correctly. I've clearly not tried it yet, but in theory, it's going to work just fine. So, bright, crazy green PETG, as you freaking do. Yeah, I mean, it took, I think, what, 3 or 4 attempts to get it correct, but that is a-okay with me. You know, the goal is to get the product right. It doesn't always have to be right the first time, especially when it's your personal project. If it's a client project, it probably needs to be right the first time. But I would have probably gotten better drawings and stuff from a client rather than doing it myself on a live stream. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Yeah. See you later. Well, as you saw, this did work. Is it perfect? No. Could there still be some changes? Yeah, I extended this out too long. Quite frankly, this needs to be a little bit further down. But I'm gonna live with it for a little bit, see if there's any other changes I would make. I know initially, I think that maybe having this a little bit further up the pipe and not so close to the actual pivot point might be useful, but honestly, this does exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'll report back in the next live stream how it worked, but I'm not gonna take a shower on camera. We're not that type of a channel. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones, and as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one. Okay? Pretty, 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 pretty princess. Let's do it. Hey, thanks for watching this video. How do you think I did? I am so curious to know how you guys think I did. I'm gonna give myself like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It is so much easier to design off of live stream than it is on live stream. I just didn't feel like redesigning it because at the end of the day, this product was for function, not exactly for form. I'll make it look pretty later when it breaks the first time. But let me know in the comments, would you make something like this for your shower? Is this something that you think you could utilize? We'll open source the design if you'd like to utilize it. But don't forget, we have a Patreon coming really soon, and your name could be over here. And right below me, we're going to have the entire playlist to these edited down live streams. So if you don't want to watch the entire things, but you kind of want to get the cliff notes, you can go ahead and watch those. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there.